will get a tattoo, and we will get a partner tattoo. They had smoke-filled bubbles. In 2024 we didn't come here because of politics. The rain is coming from all sides outside. Hello, it's me, Itzanowski. Welcome to my festival vlog. This year I'm going to the Summarised open air in Germany, and I have a lot of history with this festival. I can tell you the whole story later, but right now it's Tuesday, 12th of August, and we are driving towards southern Germany. We are late. I'm not feeling very good today, so I have some stomach issues, more than my usual stomach issues. So yeah, I'm looking forward to, just getting there, having a good night's sleep. I think last year it was the first time that they introduced that you had to book slots for your arrival, and we are going to be late for hours, which is not that bad. So you can come later, but you cannot come earlier. So coming earlier to any place is not a problem for me. That doesn't happen. But yeah, let's see when we get there. We have, another almost 5 hours ahead of us. So yeah, keep you updated. We are almost there. There's nobody anywhere. Summer Breeze is near Dinkelsbühl in Bavaria, and it is in the middle of nowhere, basically. Finally! Oh, there it is! There it is! We're here and almost nobody is arriving, so curious to see if we get a nice spot, but I doubt it. We already have our festival wristbands and are currently waiting in line to go to our campsite. So we are on the green camping, and so nothing's moving right now, but that's fine because getting into here was so quick. I've never seen that before. Maybe because it's quite late, so it's almost 8:30. Let's see if we can set up the tent still with some sunlight. I mean, there are lights here, so won't be too bad. But yeah, we have got the wristbands. We already have 50 euros on one of them. So because it's completely cashless now, which is so weird because we're in Germany, but I mean, I think I will tell you more about that in the next couple of days. I'm excited that we finally made it. Oh, and by the way, if you're watching this vlog because you want to see every headliner, I'm not sure if this will happen because I'm more here for the vibes. And the smallest, weirdest niche bands, I think. So I'm not saying that because I'm cool, but yeah, just saying. So don't expect too much. We actually got a spot on G2, so Green Camping 2, which is really good, to be honest. It ain't much, but it's honest work. It's 10:15 and we've set up our massive tent. It's new, I'm gonna show you tomorrow. We've got the gazebo. And we are at green camping, and I love green camping because people are not allowed to have any generators. And guess what that is? Festival owned big ass loud generator, and we're right beside it. And it's for the light, so I mean, it has a purpose, but still, I'm just like. And it also has this fence, and I bet all the men are going to go piss here. And go watch my video from last year from Glasspop, because me and men and piss at festivals, guys, no. Here's a first impression of the water station, and they also had this art exhibit where you could also buy the art, and it was all against Nazi and right-wing stuff. Update, now it's quiet. There is hope. And that was day one. And yes, I do my skincare routine at festivals, but it's really relaxing in the moonlight. I slept in really late, which was nice. Jump scare! Yeah, and I get a really puffy face whenever I camp, so oops. And yeah, this is the breakfast of champions. Day one is starting! Oh there, it's really hot and it's really windy, and we're just going to the infield now. I think we need to walk around 15 minutes. And then we're gonna start with the first act of the day, which, if you've been here, you know which one it is. So, stay tuned. These trees are new, love it. To all my straight edge friends, they had a whole stall for non-alcoholic beer and tattoos. You guys, should I get a tattoo? I like this one. I'll do it, I don't know. You guys, I just saw this and I had this top when I was like 12, 13. I can see if I can find some photo, but I have this still somewhere at home. And you know, this was like 20 years ago. What the fuck? I'm getting old. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so we are now going to see Guter Lachs. They are playing on the main stage and everyone's going there. Today is a really good day because there's a lot of like, you know, more heavy stuff. Gonna see Crystal Lake, Coffin Feeder, a bunch of other bands. So today is really busy and it's really fucking hot. So I'm here in my UV sleeves and my stupid hat that is completely wet. But it's a good time. This is an official message to Guter Lachs. I've seen them so many times. I mean, they mentioned that they were here for the 5th time at Summer Breeze, and I've seen them like in Dortmund and I think at Casper too, I don't know, many times, and I just love them. They are really solid hardcore bands without the vocals, and I love the vocals. So yeah. Big props to them. They are just, you know, the best thing about them is not the music. I think it's things that the singer says in between. So yeah.
Just a rain of death, just like a mouse.
There was also a screaming workshop, but unfortunately it was at the same time at a show that I wanted to see, but I find it really cool that they offer stuff like this. Okay, so we just came back from Crystal Lake because it was super cold, because my clothes were still wet, because it was too hot, and then it was cold. So yeah, let me show you the camp, because our neighbors are not here, and you know, I'm shy, guys, I couldn't film. Okay, so that's our gazebo with 2 chairs and this table, but you know, the interesting thing is this huge fucking tent, because it's new and there's so much space in here. I've had the same tent for years, and by the way, if you're one of these people who, you know, gets a tent and then just throws it away, fuck you. But also here at Summer Breeze you can actually donate it, so that's really nice. Also your sleeping bags. But the nice thing here is this, a porta potty, and this is only for pee. This is for me if I have to get up at night, because it drives me crazy. And yeah, that's the tent. You cannot see shit here, but you know, this is so nice. I love it. And no, it's not stinky yet. Now that I had a quick and much needed dinner, let me review the bands that I've seen so far today. So it was Blasmusik Illenschwang, classic. Guter Lachs, also classic, very fun. I just like them. I think then we saw Coffin Feeder. They were nice. I mean, yeah, like the music. Then we saw Hell Ripper, which we really liked. So Hell Ripper was really one of the highlights so far today. Then we had some fries. And we also saw To the Grave, and they were also nice, but I did not really vibe with them too much, so I don't know why. So sometimes, you know, I just see artists and I'm like, yep, I like them, or meh, not sure. And yeah, then we saw Crystal Lake, which I look forward to very, very much. And here it was the same. At first I didn't really vibe with the singer, but you know, then I did. I just didn't like the metalcore stuff, because I hate metalcore. Sorry. So yeah, that's it so far for today. We're going to see another interesting band. I forgot the name. We are also going to see In Extremo for a bit, because you know, they're a classic, and it's just you know, childhood nostalgia. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Asp, because I've seen them multiple times already in my life. So I think the last time they played at Summer Breeze was in 2012, which was my first time when I was here. But they play at 1 a.m. to 2, so it's going to be a long day. But yeah, let me tell you why this festival is so special to me. I changed the location to spice things up a little bit, and because it was very dark. But yeah, so in 2012 I was here for the first time when I was 18, and you know, it was my first big festival, so that was really cool. I also was here 2013, 17, I don't know, a couple of times already. And then 7 years ago I met my boyfriend here, which, oh wow, give you some hearts in the comments for that. Yeah, so we've been here a couple of times together. Also right now I'm here with him, so yeah, 7 years ago, very romantic. We met here and are, yeah, a couple for over 6 years. Very cute. that, a very nice day 2 ended and day 3, so Thursday, began. Good morning. It's Thursday. I slept until 12 again. Update from last night, Asp were great. I mean, I've been a fan for long, so that was really nice. Today there's not that much we want to see, I think. We're going to go see Hanabi. This is why I'm up so early today. But yeah, it's still fucking hot. It's still 33 degrees Celsius or something. So yeah, not ideal, but at least it's not raining, so. Some fruit to stay healthy and lots of water on my head to make it soaking wet to stay cool. We're now at the top-up station because we will get a tattoo and we will get a partner tattoo on Saturday, so let's see if that's a good idea. And you know, it's expensive, 150 euro for a really small one, so 300 in total, and we have to top it up because tattoos are also paid by the tip or with your wristband, so yeah. Tattoo appointment is booked, Saturday 12:30. In front of the entrance to the infield, so the concert area, there were also a couple of stalls from charities and organizations. Yes, got me some stickers and some buttons because fuck fascists. There's also some space to put your stickers, and I might have put some here myself. And I'm happy because there are a lot of fuck Nazi stickers and Antifa stickers, so I'm glad about that. So yeah, there are multiple little sticker walls here. And you know, talking about politics, now that I showed you all of the stalls and everything, so I thought about it again, and it's my 7th time here, and actually in 2024 we didn't come here because of politics, because in 2023, you know, there was a weird vibe. It was after the whole Rammstein thing, and everyone was wearing a Rammstein shirt, which annoyed me. And also, you know, we were just in our tent, and we had neighbors, you know, from eastern part of Germany, and you know, they just said the N-word and stuff, and we were like, this is weird. There were a lot of people with you know, weird shirts, and so we said, okay, well, maybe let's not go here in the next year. But to be fair, I think the festival does a lot to you know, foster a good atmosphere and be against, you know, hateful stuff like, you know, fascism and all of the right-wing stuff. So they are trying. Of course, they don't have control over who is coming to the festival in total, but you know, I really think that they are trying to foster a tolerant atmosphere where, you know, everyone can feel like they belong, except Nazis, you know. And also, I mean, they almost always invite Heaven Shall Burn, which are, you know, the most leftist big metal band we have in Germany. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because now I feel like they are really doing good stuff here, and that should be mentioned. By the way, here's my review regarding Hanabi, or I think it's pronounced Hanabi. I loved it. So I think it was a great gig, and I love the outfits and everything. And I was wondering beforehand if they had, you know, any choreography, you know, I was thinking of baby metal, and everything they do is very, you know, very planned and they have this set choreography and everything, but no, I think it was really natural. I mean, of course they have their set list and everything, so it's the performance is, kind of set beforehand, but I think it was really natural, and they had great stage presence, especially the singer had great stage presence, and it all came across as very natural and very, just cool, And I was really happy to see so many people there. It was 2 o'clock in full sun. There were so many people, and I really loved that for them and for me and for everyone. So yeah, after that we saw United. I like that. I think I will insert a little fun fact about them. Maybe you've seen one of those videos of drummers auditioning for the band Archspire. So the drummer of Benighted, or the last drummer of Benighted, was one of those drummers who auditioned for the spot, and when Benighted saw that, they kicked him out of the band because of it. He then was a drummer for Aborted because they had to kick out their drummer because he was allegedly sexting minors. And the new drummer then of Benighted wore a shirt of the band Aborted during this gig. So just some interesting metal lore for you. On the way back, I saw one song by Swarm 6, so did not really, wasn't the biggest fan, let's say that. But yeah, now we're just chilling in the camp because it's so hot. And maybe you were wondering, because you always see me with this big ass hat, which is very important because you can wet it, because otherwise it would just be way too hot. But I also had these sleeves that I took off now because I'm in the shade, but those are UV sleeves, so they just go up to here and you can just wear your normal t-shirt. And I'm wearing, very big shirts, very loose clothing, and then the UV sleeves, and also, leggings, just so that I'm shielded from the sun and dirt as much as possible. Because I don't want to get skin cancer or even just a sunburn. So I'm one of those people who just go out in long sleeves and everything just to avoid the sun as much as possible. This is supposed to be a screwdriver because Vera Tools is a sponsor of Summer Breeze. We did the Artist Summer Tour photo box. Beautiful, beautiful. We just saw Hyro the Hero on the campsite stage, and it was so great. It was such a chaotic show, but there was so much audience participation, and I just love, he was such a main character, although that's a small stage, and I just love that. It was lots of fun. I don't know if I got a good clip because it was chaotic, but it was really great. So check out Hyro the Hero. That was fun. There is also a little supermarket where you can buy Summer Breeze bread, also Summer Breeze wine, and lots of other stuff that you might need, some food items, whatever. And there are also some bakery style things. So yeah, I was hungry when I filmed this, I'm sorry. So there was this bit during the Gojira set where the drummer had these signs and said oh holy shit, it's so hot here. And it continued because he was like, do you want more double pedals? And then he had also another sign where he asked, do you want it non-stop for 5 minutes? And of course, everyone loved that. Everyone made noise for that.
There's the idea, this crazy idea, this metaphor that we want to go to another planet because this one is doomed and it's fucked up. But we can't think like that because we have just one planet. So it's very simple. So let's fucking take care of this planet Earth.
Look at this huge crowd leaving from the main stage. We went shopping for a little bit and I actually found some really cute snake earrings. Okay, so we are on our way to our camp early because, you know, I wanted to see Manta, but they play from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. and I'm sorry, I'm fucking tired and, you know, I'm at like 30,000 steps today, so I need to go to sleep. I am sorry, I am old. So we saw Gojira, which was really cool. I mean, I know lots of people like them, but they're not the kind of music that I listen to at home usually. So yeah, but you know, the guys were really likable and it was a cool show. Then we saw Throne, which was also cool. Very packed, so they had them play at the smallest stage on the infield, which is the Rebel stage. Oh my god. Yeah, so that was really packed, but we had a good spot, so that was fine. And then we just went to the T stage, so the second largest stage again, for Cold Rain, because it's another Japanese band, already the third one. And we didn't know them, and turns out they, you know, play metalcore, which I'm not a fan of, but we listened for a couple of songs, they were really good. But, you know, they've been around since 2007. I've never heard of them, so I was a bit surprised. So let me know if you know them. But yeah, now we're going home. Good night. Oh, I forgot one thing. So originally I wanted to see Manta, and we would have seen Kanonfieber then as well, because they just play before them, and you know, there's I think nothing else. And I've seen them already at Summer Breeze, I think 2 years ago, and they're kind of sus. I'm side-eyeing them because I think they've come out and said that they're not, you know, Nazis or anything, but you know, not much else. And you know, I'm kind of side-eyeing them, but there are so many people in Kanonfieber shirts today, like it's insane. Just wanted to say, let me know, what do you think about them? So, coming back from, you know, the water toilet station thingy, and I need to complain about men again. Like, you know, we were just brushing our teeth and everything, and my boyfriend was done and he wanted to get some water in our canisters and left me there. And you know, he left, and I needed to wash my face, put some fucking cream on it, and there was an old guy just, you know, joining me there at the sink. But you know, it's a double sink, and usually, you know, if you don't know someone, you just take the next one. And every other sink was free as well, but of course he was very close to me, you know, took off his shirt and, you know, needed to wash him there. And I looked at him really pissed because he didn't do enough to me, you know, for me to just be like, okay, what the fuck is wrong with you? But you know, it's just basic decency, which many men do not have. And it was just so weird. I was so pissed because this is usually, you know, the part of my day where I just wind down, and there was this old guy just staring at me like weirdly the whole time if I didn't look. And you know what? Look at me. What about me says, please stare at me, talk to me, whatever. Nothing. Jesus fucking Christ, I don't even have hair. And usually people don't talk to me much. Like when I say people, I mean men. But you know, I was there in a tank top, and the minute that I'm alone, some creepy guy comes up, and it just pisses me the fuck off, you know? And usually, you know, when I get ready and I'm there alone and there's another woman, usually more women who are alone just, you know, come up because they feel safe. And yeah, it's necessary, unfortunately, because some men just don't know how to behave. I try to cheer myself up with my new earrings, and they are really cute. And so another day began. Good morning, it's Friday, and yeah, so we went to bed quite early, but we did in fact hear the set of Manta, so I'll include a video here. Well, we heard the whole set, it was great, and I would have loved to be there, but you know, not at this time, not that late, but I definitely have to see them again somewhere, because yeah, it sounded like a lot of fun. But yeah, got up early again at 12 o'clock, because we want to see, I think the band is called Tabernes, which is a beekeeper themed band, which sounds really interesting, and as you know, I love interesting stuff. So yeah, we're gonna get there soon. And yeah, today actually they said there might be, you know, some thunderstorms and everything, and there were warnings in the app, and they were just, you know, driving around and telling people to secure their tents and everything. But you know, it's fucking hot, it's sunny. I'm not sure anything will happen, but I think they are just trying to be cautious here. So yeah, let's see. Okay, it started raining and we're heading back to our camp because this can turn into heavy rainfall pretty quickly, and I'm not I'm not dressed for that. The rain is so loud, so I think we will just wait here until the worst has passed, you know, because we don't have, I mean, we have some jackets and everything, but I mean, there's nothing that we want to see that much right now, so I think we're just gonna have a little break, drink a little cider, maybe have a coffee even, and some snacks. Okay, so we're now just sitting in our tent, or in the awning of our tent, which is pretty big, so we can just go sit here, because, you know, the rain is coming from all sides outside, and, you know, the question is, when we have to move to our car, because, you know, in case of thunder, that's the safest place, but I don't know, so it's pretty crazy. You can probably hear it. Yay! After almost an hour of heavy rain, we emerged from our tent. And it's all good now, just, you know, everything's wet now. But let me tell you about the bands I've seen so far. So first we saw Tabernes, and it was fine. I mean, very gimmicky, which is fine, you know, but I mean, there was nothing too special about them, I think. But, you know, people here at the festival love a little medieval theme and stuff. Then we saw Angel Maker, which, you know, in theory I liked, but I was wondering why they had 7 guys on stage. Like, I'm not sure why they needed 2 vocalists and 3 guitarists to achieve that sound, to be honest, but, you know, it was fine. And then we went to see Royal Republic because I was very confused because I didn't know them and I thought they were One Republic. And my boyfriend then told me that no, that's a completely different band. So I was like, okay, then let's go check them out because I'm confused now. I thought it's a Too Late to Apologize band, and it's not. Yeah, and that was fine, but we wanted to see Peace of Mind, and you know, all of the clouds already came up, and you know, I thought let's move a little bit more into the direction of our camp. We saw Peace of Mind for a couple of songs, and then it started raining, and you know, then I filmed our little way home. But Peace of Mind were very cool. I mean, just good classic hardcore, I guess. But yeah, let's see what else we're going to see today. One thing I know is that we are going to see Static X at 1 a.m. But now it's time for coffee first, so yeah. And yes, the only thing we're cooking here in this camp is coffee. Just eating these cans, you know, and stuff on the infield. Yeah, I'm still alive and I'm very lazy. This is a relaxing wellness vacation, okay? I don't want to do chores. Hello! By the way, if you're wondering why I'm only filming here, it's really hard to vlog at this festival, oh no, but you know, at the concert area it's really loud because, you know, on one of the stages there's always music, so, or usually at 2 of them, so yeah, it's really loud and I don't want to film people. Like, I know I'm probably the only person who films vlogs at a festival and, you know, tries to not film anybody else, but this is why you don't see any funny drunk groups of people or something, because I don't want to just film people and put it on the internet. So also when I film the bands, it's really difficult not to film people. You know, sometimes it happens because I'm at a festival, but I try not to. So there's that. And in case you were wondering, so why are you sometimes like really far at the back, or, you know, not right in front? That is because I don't want to touch people and I don't want people to touch me. Yes, I'm at a festival, but, you know, I don't want to touch people unnecessarily. So and it really works if you just don't stand right at the front, because I could stand at the front and then complain about it, but that would be stupid. So I'm just, you know, if I'm not that into a band, I just go, because, you know, the sound is pretty good here anyway, so it's fine. Restarting my review of bands because my boyfriend made me laugh. So Let me tell you who we saw this afternoon in the evening. So the first one was Dagger Thread, and they were good. I think we've seen them before at some smaller hardcore event. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Yeah, they were really good. I think the crowd really liked it. Today there were lots of hardcore bands out there. I think it was kind of a themed afternoon, so yeah, it was a good time. Then before we went to see Blind Guardian, because my boyfriend is a fan, we said, okay, let's check out Kublai Khan, and they were fine, but you know, I started googling because I was like, oh, wasn't there something I saw on Reddit or something about, I think the singer, and yeah, I don't know, he likes weird Nazi people's posts or something, and I was like, you know, I am well aware that I am at a metal festival. Yeah, a mainstream metal festival. So I'm not going to check each and every band's history and, you know, what every member ever said or something. But still, you know, and you know, there was something that we saw Obituary a bit later on, and I think like at least one of the guys there is or was a Trump supporter, and of course I find that stupid and shitty. And yeah, that's not cool. But still, you know, I have a different standard. Like, these are like a couple of old guys from Florida. Kublai Khan, they are much younger and they're in the hardcore scene, and I expect a little bit more from the hardcore scene than I do from the death metal scene, to be honest. But still, I think Kublai Khan are kind of overrated. Like, granted, I don't vibe with them, but still, you know, you can find a really good underrated hardcore band within a radius of like 200 kilometers or something. You just have to look. So I don't think you have to support them. Just, you know, go to local shows always and check out the bands. Yeah, but you know, Obituary, fine. You know, it's a bit too slow for my taste. And then we saw Blind Guardian, which, you know, German power metal legends. The Valhalla song is catchy, so that's fine, you know. Now we're just waiting a little bit because we want to see Static X. By the way, like this video if you heard Static X for the first time in Need for Speed Underground. So like this video if you're old. So we want to see Static X, and we will probably check out Harakiri for the Sky before that, because I'm not too familiar with them and they're here, so let's check them out, you know. So, we just got ready here at our camp so I can avoid any creepy men. This is going to be our last night here because we're going to, yeah, go early, go home, or to my boyfriend's parents' home tomorrow night after Machine Head, probably. Anyway, I wanted to say that my absolute highlight today was Static X. They were so good. I did not expect to like it as much, and the show was really good. They had smoke-filled bubbles. They had giant balloons. I wasn't able to touch any of them. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And, you know, today, like on Friday, there were not that many bands that I really wanted to see. So I'm glad we finished off with a highlight. Good night. The only time you will see me without long pants, we're going to the tattoo studio. Woo! So prior to the appointment, I sent them this motif via email, so they had it all ready. And you know, everything was really organized, they were really quick, really nice. So I don't really have any complaints here. Look at him! While editing, I realized I never explained what this smiley face is or why we chose this as a motif. So this was on the wall of our first rehearsal room, and I always found its expression kind of relatable. So yeah, that is why we chose it as a partner tattoo. The tattoo was done. I'm very happy with it. My tattoo artist was so sweet. I'll put her Instagram handle here. Yeah, I'm really happy, and I'm gonna get some leggings to hide my legs from the sun. I do not know how to act if anyone but myself films me. Okay, I just saw Extermination Dismemberment and big fan. They were great. Love me some slamming brutal death metal. Yeah, just wanted to say that. We're going to the camp now to eat and then, yeah, throw everything in the car, you know, and get ready for leaving later. Okay, it's time to pack up. My boyfriend is already, where is it? On his way to, well, empty a little toilet. I must say the porta potty was great. It's just so great when you wake up in the middle of the night and you have to pee, or you know, in the morning because I slept in really late, and if you can just, you know, hop out of the tent. And it wasn't stinky at all because there was a cleaning solution, you know, in the pee tank and also for flushing, so it smelled really nicely, like lavender, so that was great. So yeah, I will get inside there and pack all of our clothes and stuff like that, and you know, fortunately at Summer Breeze you can camp next to your car, and you can also just, you know, pack up and like just stuff everything into your car, and that's it. So that's really nice. By the way, I'm wearing this nice shirt. My body, my choice. Remember that. By the way, all of the shirts that I've been wearing at this festival are of people and bands that I personally know. I tried not to wear my own merch this time. Well, technically I kind of did, because yesterday I wore the Cruel Division Lynchmob shirt, and for that song I actually featured on that song, so you know, but you know, doesn't count. Yeah, bye. By the way, this is what the inside of our tent looks like. Really spacious. It's a really nice tent, I have to say. Happy about it. Okay, so as we're in Germany, we separate our trash. So this is general mixed waste, this is recycling, this is paper, and This is all cans and bottles with deposit, because you can donate them here and all of the money goes to charity. So yeah, we will bring this now to the trash station. So this was the area for the general types of trash, and this was where you could donate your deposit. Yay, we finished packing, the trash is in the right location. And now we're going to the concert area one last time for this year. We're going to see Machine Head later, Angst, and we've probably missed all of the Suffocation show because packing up that huge tent took a little bit longer than expected. Yeah, but oh, we also have to get some snacks because we still have some money on the chip, and you can get it refunded after the festival, but I think it costs like $2.50 or something. And you know, I'm a Swabian. I don't like wasting money, so we're gonna eat all of it. That is actually false and misinformation. I'm sorry. My boyfriend thought he saw a post somewhere that said that refunds cost money, so he just went with that. But we later saw that it's free and you can just get your money refunded, and you also have the possibility to donate the money that is left on your chip, which is nice. I love that there are these info boards with the different lineups over the years and pictures and everything. It's really cute. There are these walls here with the old posters and everything, and this was my first Summer Breeze, and this is such a killer lineup. Like, still, this is so fucking good. Oh my god. I would do it all over again. I love this. I was also there in 2013. There was also a stall for a local animal charity, and you know I have a big soft spot for cats, all types. Oh, and of course there are maps around the festival showing you where you can go, where you are, and that was where we camped. You guys, I lied to you. I said we were walking to the concert area for the last time, but now we're walking back, and then we will walk back for the last time. Yeah, because as I said, we missed Suffocation, and then we were just strolling around here, and my boyfriend registered as a stem cell donor against blood cancer. I've been registered for over 10 years, so we're just doing stuff, and then we thought, okay, let's go to April Art because they're playing right now, and I have no idea what it is. And it was so full. Like, I know a lot of the times I film from very far back just because I don't want to touch people, I don't want to go to the front, but there were so many people. Like, I mean, it was completely full, and on the small stage. I didn't like it, but apparently I'm in the minority. So yeah, so now we are going back, get some more clothes. It just really cooled down suddenly. And then we're going to see Angst.
was it. We went to our car and we left the festival area. Everything was really coordinated. And now get ready for my summary and review.
As you can see, I'm already in the car and we've left Summer Breeze. Let me give you a rundown on my highlights today, and then I'll also want to talk about some things that I really like about the festival, things that I don't like, and some questions and, if I will return. So, my highlights today, so we're talking about Saturday, were therapy. That was really cool. Then, of course, Extermination Dismemberment. I love the show. It was really great. And then later on, Angst. And what I want to highlight here is that they are a really political band. And that is not unusual to me because, the places that we usually play, they are very political and very grassroots DIY and everything. And we have actually played a show with Angst, so my band Wendler Vaccine. I'm not sure when, I think like beginning of the year or end of last year or something. So Angst are no strangers to those tiny venues, and they also mentioned that these are so important because you usually just don't go from nothing to a really famous band, right? You have to start somewhere, and so much is done by people who just do that in their free time, like myself. I book stuff as a hobby. That's work that is not paid, but we just love the music scene, so that was really cool. And the singer explicitly mentioned that things are getting, politics are getting more right-wing in Germany as well as in other countries around the world. And it was really refreshing and nice to see someone stated so openly and directly. And it wasn't their first time at Summer Breeze, but they played on the small stage, and I can only imagine that being so open and so direct is not really really good for your career.
Just quickly wanted to add that I posted an Instagram story tagging Summer Breeze and asking if they could play on a bigger stage next time. And then the band Angst replied to me that they had played on a bigger stage before, but they actually preferred the smaller stage just because it's more, kind of more intimate with the audience. So yeah, just wanted to let you know.
But it's so important to say something, and I'm really happy that they did, and I want to point that out. And their show is cool. It was cool. So, their music is nice. Go listen to their music. They played without a drummer. I'm not sure why he wasn't there, but it still worked. Then, of course, another highlight of today was Machine Head. So I've waited so many years to see Machine Head, and now I've seen them twice. Like at Graspop last year, and also now at Summer Breeze. But yeah, that was really fun. Let me look at my notes that I have compiled over the last couple of days. Okay, excuse me looking at notes, but I sent my notes to my boyfriend so I can look at his phone. So let's start with the good stuff. Like I've mentioned before, I like that they try to be political. Not too on the nose, but they really try to distance themselves from any right-wing Nazi stuff and really make it clear that they don't want to see it there, which is really nice, and I really, really, really appreciate that, and I think we need more of that. What I also like is that they're trying to be more sustainable. There's just minimal garbage around. For cups, they have this deposit system. 1 cup is €2, so you don't want to lose them, right? And you don't see any smashed cups on the floor or just single-use plastics, so that is really cool. Of course, for the food you will have trash, but people usually just put it in the trash cans and not everywhere, so it's really clean. It's really nice. Also on the campsite, and I showed you, there are so many different types of trash and you can really separate it, and people usually do it. So we booked the green camping, so people are a little bit more receptive to that, but I imagine it's also the same on the white camping, so the usual camping. And I think Summer Breeze is also really proud that there's not much trash around, and this is really different from Graspop. Like, there's so much trash everywhere. Also, just personal preference, I really like that you can camp next to your car and you don't have to walk huge distances with all your camping stuff, but also you have a lot of space for camping. And this year we noticed that there was more space that the space that was actually needed at the end, and that is really nice that they plan with some contingency. Just in general, you have space for a big tent, you have space for a gazebo, you have just space in general, and makes it more relaxing and enjoyable, I think. Then the sound is good. The sound at the festival is good, except for the campsite stage. So there sometimes the sound was a little bit rough, but in general, especially at the T stage, the sound is really, really good. Doesn't really matter where you are in the crowd, if you're at the front or in the back, left, right. So yeah, that is really, really cool. And I also think there's a good mix of genres. So I mean, it's a metal festival, but you have some medieval stuff, you have a lot of hardcore this year, actually, all different kinds of metal, and I think it's a good mix. I also think there is a lot of space for newcomer bands. Could be even more. Another point that I really like, it doesn't get stale very quickly, I think. Another thing is that toilets are usually very clean. So the porta potties are very clean. There was always toilet paper. And of course you have the normal toilets outside of the concert area. You have to pay for them, so it's €1 per use, and it's capped at €15. I think they changed it this year, because before you just had to buy the flat rate for €15, and I never did that, so I'm not used to that yet. So I mean we have our own little porta potty now, so that's fine. But yeah, I mean, in general, toilets are very clean. And one life hack, if you don't want to pay for the nice normal toilets, just use them when you are in the concert area. Yeah, so just go poop there, it's free. Oh yeah, but one thing relating to pee. If you watched my Grasp vlog from last year, it's so nice. It's so incredibly nice that men do not piss every fucking where at Summer Breeze. I did not see one single man just pissing out in the open in the concert area. That would be so weird. Sometimes, on the campsite they will pee at the fence or something, but no weird peeing everywhere stuff. It's if you have been to Graspop and have watched my vlog, this might sound so weird, but I'm happy about that. And one more thing regarding politics and weird bands. Surprisingly, we just saw one person with a bosom shirt and almost no weird shirts, like some shady black metal bands and stuff. I mean, there were a lot of Rammstein shirts, which annoys me, but in terms of Nazi stuff, I did not really see any of that. Doesn't mean there weren't any people, but it was just surprising in a good way. Okay, and then the chip system really worked well. So this was new, but it worked well. It's a bit annoying that you have to top up, but you can actually do it via the app, and you can always see in the app how much you still have. So you don't have to go to the top up points. You can just do it via PayPal in your app, which is cool. And yeah, I mean, it just worked. And also, with the chip, you paid for everything, like merch, general shopping stuff, and also food. And I think it's really cool that they did not replace real money with tokens or anything. So again, comparing this to Graspop, where you have these tokens, I think this inflates a lot of the prices. So now they can just say, yo, it's 10.90, it's 13.20 euros, and it's not just 10, 15, 20 or something. So, and also you can, like I said, you can get the money back. So now we managed to just have 10 cents left, and I'm happy with, Summer Breeze having those 10 cents, so that's not an issue. Now, on to the negative points. This list is much shorter, to be honest. So, I have on the list, there are some weird people. But I'm not really sure what the festival can do about that. Well, to be fair, there was one woman with a black sun back tattoo out in the open, so I mean they could maybe do something there and kick her off the festival. But I don't know what they should do about creepy men because they're everywhere, so oh well. A real complaint is that they don't have a lot of places to sit at the infield concert area. So there are some spaces at the T stage, and I think that's more or less it. Like when you go to the main stage, there are no places to sit, which is annoying because there are all of these food stalls at the back of the area. And people just stand, from the stage up to these food stalls and listen to the music. But when you get your food, you cannot really sit down anywhere. And there are places for wheelchair users, like ramps to go and, watch the concert. But, not everyone is in a wheelchair. But I think more people would appreciate, a place to sit at some point, at least while eating. So I think this is something that I would appreciate too. Then another thing is that I thought there is no camping equipment that can be bought, ad hoc on site, but I saw one shop that said, we have camping equipment inside. I didn't see it, but they said that they have tents and sleeping bags. And the reason I bring this up is that these two idiots here forgot their sleeping bags a couple of years ago. So, it's really stupid. I know it's an essential, but, he thought I tossed it into a car probably, and I thought, okay, it is somewhere. He probably put it in the car, and then, the first day when we went to bed, we realized we do not have sleeping bags. Like, oh no. So I checked, and I didn't see any camping equipment at the supermarket. Like I said, apparently maybe you get something somewhere, but I cannot believe that we are the only people this happened to. So that is nice to have. So something that you can go to in case of an emergency. And then just my general complaint, if you know me, then you won't be surprised, is that I would like to see more women, more trans people, more non-binary people. I don't think that Summer Breeze as a festival is, not paying any attention to this. There were a lot of bands with female members, but I think there's always room for improvement, and I would like Summer Breeze to improve always. So yeah. And then lastly, in this long monologue in the middle of the night on the road, I thought about these questions, so questions that you might ask yourself, and feel free to ask any questions in the comments, and if I can answer them, I will do so. Is it good for children? Maybe. So what we realized today is that today was kind of the Children's Day, I think. Like, there were two bands, Heavy Saurus and Vandale, that target specifically children. So these are rock and metal bands that are for children, and it's Saturday. We saw a lot of people with smaller children that went to these concerts, and I think probably a lot of them just had day tickets for today. So yeah, they arranged this to be on a Saturday, so parents don't have to take any vacation days. They can bring their children there. So that is nice. I'm not sure how good this festival is for camping for 4 days with children, but I don't have children, and I imagine this to be very annoying. But I don't think that this is an environment where children shouldn't be, to be honest. So as long as they have proper hearing protection. Like, I get so mad when I see children without any earplugs or anything. That should be a crime, to be honest. Moving on, another question that I thought might be interesting is it good for international guests? Will it be easy for someone who doesn't speak German to visit this festival? And I mean, if you watch this video, chances are you don't speak German. Well, if you're German, then hello. But yeah, so I think it is suitable for English speaking people. So here and there I heard other languages spoken, but the main things are in English. Like you can see, you know, where the entrance is. It says "Welcome to Summer Breeze, see you soon," blah blah. Things are called like info point, and you know, there are a lot of English words used, so I think you can find your way around the festival. That should not be too difficult. I checked, so my phone is set to English, and a lot of things have English titles in the app, but you know, the content then is in German. So I think a lot of the, you know, little warnings, or maybe not the warnings, but you know, some push notifications from the app and stuff are only in German, because you know, I can only see them in German. Oh, speaking of the app, so I forgot to include this. The app works well. I like the app. You can see the timetable there. I think most festivals nowadays have an app, but it works really well. But it's not, you know, not everything is translated to English. So some of the information, like for example, like band descriptions, you might have to Google yourself. Last question. Will I go there again? Is it my favorite? And I think I have to answer with yes. It is my favorite metal festival for a reason. For, you know, there are many good reasons, and I will definitely go there again. Not sure if we will go there next year. We still have to decide. There are, you know, some of the bands are already announced. There isn't too much that I'm super excited about, but there are so many bands still that, you know, have to be announced, and we will see. But let me know if there are any other festivals that I should check out. Let me know what your favorite festivals are, and yeah. Also, let me know if you have any questions. Hi, it's me a day later, and we're now really on the way home, and I remembered that I think I said I'll tell you my favorites, my favorite artists from this year's Summer Breeze. And I did not do that. I just rambled on about something else for 15 minutes. So, my favorites this year were Static X. Loved the show, was great, loved the music. Hanabier, really nice, and really happy we got to see them this year. Then Crystal Lake, I really liked the show, I really liked the music. And then Extermination Dismemberment, I love me some fucking Slam. And also Angst, because yeah, great music and really cool guys. If you watched it until here, wow, okay, thank you, and hope to see you at a metal festival.